Welcome to the Shephard Family Enterprise LLC, Business Administration Information System Consultants, Project Management Database System, PMDS, Operation Management System, OMS training sessions. Our systems training sessions are designed to allow each personnel the ability to learn all processing steps so that your project management tasks for all clients and customer-based activities are fulfilled to completion and on time. Using our PMDS system will allow you to effectively streamline any additional use from application resources used as a tool to structure your agile project management framework and environments. Our PMDS system will allow your company to match all current and new professionals to the right assignment, making your production lag time decrease by 15% or more. Okay, let's get started. Our training session will be divided into 7 level training sessions. Training level 1 for beginners, training level 2 for intermediate, training level 3 for advanced users, training level 4 for structured information resources users, training level 5 networking for business opportunities and clients, training level 6 your computer application systems and the use of its features, training level 7 learning how to obtain information about your company for reports and meetings. Each level training session will increase in complexity, but the focus will always be to ensure that you have a full understanding of what is needed to set up the customer record to begin your project work from start to finish. For example, training level 1, beginners will cover the initial engagement of potential clients and log that potential client as a prospective customer. This will allow your company's salesperson or company consultant to reach back out to the potential client to see if there were any additional questions needed to be answered that will prompt their interest in becoming a paying customer. Also, as an example, in level training 2, intermediate persons will engage into a more active role as a project manager. In this role, the project manager will be documenting, then engaging into the new customer business-related ideas and obtaining important business-related matters that your company can assist to either restructure or improve in the current processes. It will also include obtaining an estimated cost analysis that will focus on giving the customer the best solutions for the right cost. Also an example, intermediate training, while in the active role as a project manager, you will be documenting business approach and objectives, keeping consistent contact with the contact person who is assigned to making any financial decisions concerning any additional resources needed to complete each phase and task created. This role will also be included with submitting the necessary service request tickets for obtaining new customer numbers and project numbers. At the end of each training session, I will be crossing out the training level that has been fully covered and completed. As an example, training level 1, if it's completed, we will cross it out. Training level 2, once completed, we'll cross it out. And that will go on for all the remaining training sessions as well. Let's begin our training. Training level 1 for beginners. Signing into the Project Management Database, PMDS, Operation Management System, OMS. The first thing you'll do when you sign into the Project Management Database System, you will get this login screen. This login screen was actually deactivated just for security purposes. Although this version of the database is in beta testing, and for instructional purposes only, all secure features has been turned off for security purposes. Click the login button once you are in this screen. The second screen, is a welcoming screen so that each customer that is using the Project Management Database System will know that it will gain you the confidence that's needed in order to complete the task, so that you can transfer this information to your clients to reassure them that all possible projects or tasks that is worked within the system will guarantee that you will complete your projects on time and within budget. Click the Continue button. The second splash screen is generated to let our customers know where to get system support if needed concerning PMDS related concerns or updates. Click the Continue button. Now it brings us to the Customer Client Service menu. In the Client Customers worksheet, this is where we begin all our processing of all our potential clients or current customers. The Client Customer Worksheet button is what we will be clicking to go into more detail of what this training session is all about. Click the Client Customer Worksheet button. Now we are going into the actual PDM system to begin our in-depth training for beginner session. The first thing you're going to do once you get into the database, as we described in our initial documentation page, you're going to click on the Client Customer Worksheet. Within this worksheet, you're going to get a bunch of messages, right? And basically what it does is it's verifying the query. Just click yes throughout the session. Okay. Now, the first thing I want to describe to you in this initial stage, okay, when you are working with a client, okay, as soon as the receptionist or the person actually taking a call for the client, they will fill in information. The information that you see here that is shaded, it cannot be updated, okay? Now, first of all, the first thing you're going to do, you're going to select the order number. Once the order number has been selected, you cannot reselect another one. Okay, if you select another order number, what would happen is that it will engage a new process within the system. Okay, but if you have a order number already assigned to this session, it will give you an error message. Okay. The next thing you're going to do, okay, we have the current customer number assigned. Okay, we have a drop-down box, and you can select any of the different parts here. Everything here has already been engaged, so I'm not going to do any changes to this document. I'm just going to filter through this to let you see exactly what we have done and how it can service you to improve your project management tasks. The second thing I want to show to you is Assign Consultant. Once you have documented this information here, okay, you put all the needed information that you see that is that you're capable of. The first thing the reception will do, they will put in the business name, location of the business, the city, okay, the state, which we have a drop-down menu, right, which you can select your state, and the zip code, right. This is very important, as well as a country, all right. Then you put the business website in. If they have a business website, then the person that you're actually talking to, you will put that client representative name, their and then their function in the business, and then their contact number and extension if available, right? Then what you're going to do, you're going to submit for action. Then they go through a list of queries and updates, right? Then after you do that, you'll save your record. Then you'll open the part 2 of your form, right? Within the part 2 of your form here, okay, within the part 2 of your form here, what's going to happen is that this part is where the consultant actually get involved in working with the customer. Okay, the first thing the consultant would do, or your salesperson would do, they would click the client customer profile. In the client customer profile, they would look at this form, And this number, they will go to the contact client rep's phone. You'll call this person up. Of course, you're going to request this person. And then at this particular time, you're going to either get more information from the person, right? Right here, you have the CEO, president name, finance officer contact number, whatever the situation is. This information is really not necessary at this stage, right? And then you also put all this information is actually more information that you can get from the client. And if they want to move forward, you say yes, okay, or you would say verify vendor information. You can select whatever is in this drop-down menu, okay, and then the date it was assigned to you. All right. Then you close this. All right. All right, and then you click the Assign Consultant to make sure all this information is available for if the customer happen to contact your company again. You can automatically go to the screen here or click this button, okay, Assign Consultant button, and they can find out what's going on with this customer, all right? Or if the customer call back and try to find out who you are, things like that, you know, you have an email address so that they can email you and say, okay, Mr. Davis, you have one of your clients has contacted you and they want you to give them a call, okay? Then you give them the number, all right? Close the screen. And then you would do any follow comments, right? The follow comments is very important, all right? Because the fact that you want to keep tabs on what's going on with the client. And here we say we will be working with the client as soon as we establish a scheduled meeting date, all right? Then you have your additional comments. All right, if you do any updates, you go ahead and you update the record. It'll do its updates. Okay, then you submit for action, right? And then it would go through its updates. Okay, then you're going to open part 3. Okay, now when opening part 3, okay, of this session. Okay, when opening part 3 of this session, this is where the project manager gets really involved, okay? It is released from the consultant. It goes to the project manager. Project manager, once he realized that, okay, this customer is out here. Now, at this particular time, they will be submitting the service request ticket so that they can get a customer number, get a project number to begin the project work, and whatever is needed, okay? So, as you see here, these are different stages, all right? In order for us to be able to work on this client, all right, this is for checks and balances, the customer account has to be active, okay? And right here you see the different things in the drop-down menu, all right? Whether that's contact corporate accounting, active, inactive, on hold, cancel, pending payment, whatever the situation is. You cannot update this. This right here is done through the customer account administrator, and then you have accounting action, and then you have building customer account, building phase, delinquent account, account on hold, active, or no activity. All right, these things here determine whether or not you can work on a customer. Now, it's not saying that you cannot work on it because you're going to be controlling the system. This is a self-contained database, but it just gives you an idea what is important, what you can put as a priority if you have multiple projects you're working on or multiple customers you are dealing with. But this tool here is just used so that you can consistently reach back out to the client, up to the client what's going on, gather information so you can have the information available so that when you get ready to begin the project, you don't have to keep going back and forth asking the customers, you know, the same information that they gave you in the past. So that's why as a project manager, okay, if you're project managing a project, you want to get as much information as you can. All right. Now, this tool, you can put all the information or the resource information that you acquire from the customer in this tool. Okay, that's what it's designed for. But there's other tools you can use a Microsoft document, you can use Microsoft Excel, you can use OneNote and things like that. You can use all these things to set up some type of link to what you're doing with this customer. As long as you know exactly where your customer repository is and how you can get the bulky information, how this customer is being charged. Okay. Okay. Now, Now, once you do that, okay, the second thing is you're going to want to create a customer account administrative request. All right, and doing this, you're going to click this button here. All right, and then once you click this button, like I said, it go a lot of different updates. Okay, to this record. Okay, and at this time, what will happen is that it'll bring you up. Now, this screen would actually be blank at the time that you do it. It will fulfill most of the information here. Again, you will have to, it will give you a service request number, right? Auto-generated. You can put in here customer counts. That's who it's going to. Then you select the service request number. Like I said, same thing with the order number. Once you select the service request number, you cannot use it again. All right, you select it. Okay, then you have your order number here, and then you have your priority levels, right? And it depends on when you need this. Okay, when you need this document fulfilled, when you need this number, what the urgency of it is. Okay. And then from here you have the if you have a document account ID, the department account ID is how you go about saying, okay, well, this department is going to be working on this project, and in the accounting session they can be given credit as far as the work they're working on. Okay. And then you have the date. The service request was requested, and the date request was assigned. All right. Then you have your project number. Now, this wouldn't be here right now. This is letting you know this project is already being worked. Okay, and this customer numbers already exists. All right. And again, you have your department name, making requests. And then we have a lot of different departments here that you can select from. All these things right here can be catered to your particular need, all right? But I put in the bulk of the things based on my experience working with a lot of different clients. So I actually inputted all this information so that you don't have to really be, reinventing the wheel, okay? But I can add more information. I can set it up the way you want it. Okay. Then you have department name subsection. Department name subsection is like, this may be the department, but within the department you may have different sections, and then you can select a section, okay, under that department. Okay. Then you say department location ID, make request. If there's an ID that they use for finances purposes, all right, it may be someone that you're working outside of the company. All right, to generate this activity, you'll put their number right, their ID here, in that department location. All right. And again, in order for this to be approved, okay, the manager, your manager, or the project manager's manager of that department have to approve this, saying that it's okay for them to work it. All right. So that anyone will not be going into this application, creating jobs and tasks and projects like that, and your company is not actually benefiting from it. It's not within your budget, okay, to even work it. All right. So you don't want to be utilizing resources for something that you're not getting paid for. All right, unless you allot the time for that particular project, which it will not be. Like here, you say in some of these things it says that the project's not funded, right? So you say pending payment. It could be project and negotiations here. You have pending payment. Then you have active, right? You have to no activity. It depends. All this information comes from accounting and accounting section department, and also the customer accounts, okay, department. Okay, again, the person making requests, which is their ID number. You can give them an ID number. Most of my consultants that I work with, or the people who I contract to work with me, I give them an ID number, and I give them an ID card so that they can, if they have to go out to a site and talk to them, they can show them the ID card, let them know they work for our company, and then their last name and first name. Okay. Then you put in a short description, right, of the request and details of the request. And then you put this right here would be the project group name, right? And the project group name ID, okay, which is any one of these things here. This is kickback from the project team. All right, so that's the reason why it's saying project manager doesn't have list a lot of these things in here, because once the project team is working on it, they're pushed back to the service group that they're working on, the project management team. Okay, so they'll do. Then you had a different task. If there's different tasks within this resource, what you do, you'll go ahead. This information will be populated, right? And then you assign it to whoever else you need to work on this particular project, right? Okay. You have project assign task 1 to 2, and you can assign it to them. This service request has been completed, so there's no need to be working on it. Okay. Once you do that, then you submit the request. I'm not going to submit the request because that would cause a big issue, so that because it's already been developed. Okay. So I'm gonna go back to the service customer service screen. Service menu. Okay. Now that is it for this portion of the training session. I will go into the other portions of the training session in my next training session. This is still for beginners, right? And which I will be going through everything in brief, and then I'll go into more details in later sessions. Okay. Again, this is a YouTube training session. Click like, subscribe to my channel, and so that I can get more clients and things like that. Recommend it to your friends and stuff like that. Okay, we're all grown up here, so click like and subscribe to my channel for future training videos. Thank you very much.